The following program contains language, images, and/or subject matter that may be objectionable to some viewers. Viewer discretion is advised.
Direct from Albany, New York, it's time for the New Media Zone. With your hosts, Ed and Dave. Tonight, a look at this week's new film and DVD releases. And a chance to win free movie tickets with the poster pair game. And now your hosts, Ed and Dave.
Hello and welcome to the New Media Zone. Ed and Dave here. Ed and Dave with you. Where are we, Dave? We're towards the end of July here.
We are.
And it's getting hot out.
It's getting hot out there, so take off all your clothes.
Now, I believe this is about the 1-year anniversary of the first show, the first taping
Of the
down
new
here.
Media Zone?
Of the New Media Zone.
Okay.
Happy anniversary to us as we enter our 30th year.
Oh,
Or
God.
whatever it's been.
Well,
85. Well,
what was it? We were at Summer Replacement Series
Right.
in 84, wasn't it? Or was it 85?
85, we started with Screen Scenes.
Right.
It was a summer series.
Oh, it was 85? I thought it was 84, but okay, 85.
Yeah, it was a replacement for, I believe, Sports Quiz, which you forget that you were on the first episode.
I don't
with Jim
recall that.
Allender.
Yeah, I don't recall that at all. Oh, I forgot to send him a text.
Yeah, we're going to, once I clean up a few boxes down here, we'll start the guests again. I had an idea for a guest, but, you know, this is okay for us who are used to collectibles. I don't even know if Dave is used to this. But to someone coming down to this who's not familiar.
Well, who would
with-
that someone be?
I was going to see if Alicia wanted to come down and make the offer.
Oh, well.
But Jim we did have on
Yes.
soon after. And we have to, somehow, whenever we mention Alicia on the show, one of her customers, wherever she is, always seems to mention that we were talking about her.
Really?
So she seems to be excited when we talk about her on the show.
Who, Alicia?
Yeah, but I don't know if she would actually come down. Now, you who are watching this at home and reporting back to Alicia, ask her if she would want to appear for just one show. Have her down. You know, you give people a taste of it. And
What?
if they don't like it, you know, they can leave.
Oh, I'm sure she'd be very entertaining.
Yeah.
Yeah. I any reason that I have to not have her here is really not related to her specifically.
Right.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah,
and you do know what I mean.
Yeah, we haven't had any contact though since that last thing.
That's true.
So, I don't know. These are the things that happen over when people, you know, 30 years ago, you're starting to. It's that damn Facebook. We would have no idea what anybody was up to if it wasn't for Facebook. But it is fun connecting with people from long ago.
I don't think so.
You know, on occasion, Dave will pop up on Facebook. What are we doing tonight?
I
We're looking
don't
at
know.
2 films.
We're looking at Once
got-
Upon a Time in Hollywood and
Yeah.
whatever you have.
Skin,
Skin. Oh.
which is another one that they filmed part of it around here somewhere, down in what they're calling Hudson Valley, Hollywood, or whatever, which results in films that earn $6 million. I think was the topper on that Dead Don't Die.
Oh. Well, what can you do?
So we discussed anything else? Well, we do have some topics. Mainly, as I look at the most of referring to Channel 10.
The local Albany news station.
Yeah. Now, do you watch any local news, or which one do you watch?
I
if
will
you-
watch Channel 13.
Okay.
Not because of that, because I like to say, you know how I like to say Lolita Davidovich?
Yeah.
I equally like to say Karen Tararache. I like that Tararache. And what draws me to her, other than her smoldering beauty, is you never know what kind of hair you're getting from
Oh.
her. Some days it's straight.
Uh-huh.
Some days she's got the little like crimps in it. Some days she's got a little waviness to it. So that's what draws me into Karen Tararache.
I don't. The few times I watch that, when I don't see her, I see the main anchor,
Who do you see? Like
who's now
Benita's on? Or?
Benita's on. I see on there, but what's his name? The main anchor.
Jim Cambrick?
Yeah, him.
Okay.
And he's doing buffoonery on commercials.
Yes, he is.
With dogs and things. They used to have the anchors, kind of straight. The weather guy could, yuck it up a little. But now they got him on there, and I want to direct a message to whoever's running the public service announcements late at night on Channel 13, and also their MeTV. I think that's the one they own.
Yes.
When I watch Mannix, it's public service announcements. I think they just hit a button and pull something from out there. They're in the 4x3 old TV format. They try to stretch them out. Now they've lost all color. I forget who this actor was who's getting in the car, racing the car. This is like your heart on drugs. Mm-hmm. Do you remember who that actor?
Henry Rollins.
That's right. He's been going so long, I don't even know.
He was a heavy metal singer before he was into the acting. But Henry Rollins, and what is it? He's lifting up the hood of the engine, and it's burning, and the smoke's coming up. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's Henry Rollins.
It's stretched, and there's no color left in the commercial, but they're still running it.
Because it's free.
That and the Toonces the Cats, the piano playing cat, or whatever his name was. I had to look that up. He's been gone for 2 years now. This cat he adopted and is playing the piano. Yes. So, you got to get some new public service announcements on Channel 13. Okay. But Channel 10 will be talking about, there's a lot of stuff going on over there.
And for the record, Tararachi.
There you go. I see Kumi on there a lot.
Weekend Kumi.
Oh, that's because I think I turn it on before Saturday Night Live usually. So I see Kumi. I don't see the other ones, Tararachis.
In the morning, it's Sabrina Dami.
Okay, I don't see her. That's too early.
Well, that's when you're going to bed.
Yeah, sometime. Let's see.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I believe, is first.
This is the part of the show where we just catch up because we haven't taped in a month. Right. So we go over this stuff. Besides the stuff we just did on Facebook Live for about 10 minutes. Mm-hmm. So all kinds of fun on the new Media Zone, entering its second year now.
And we are currently 11 minutes and 42 seconds into the show.
Well, the good thing about this is I'll have very few things to edit in the first 11 minutes.
That's right.
Okay, here we go.
All right. So, one of the films coming out is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which stars Leonardo DiCaprio, who gets top billing over Brad Pitt. Is that accurate, you think?
Yeah.
Are they at equal footing, or is he the bigger star now?
Well, Brad Pitt hasn't done anything in a while.
No? All right. Look at that. There's Al Pacino. Wearing my glasses, I might add. And Margot Robbie. Quentin Tarantino's 9th feature film. That's all he's made is 9?
Yeah.
Is a story that takes place in Los Angeles in 1969 at the height of hippie Hollywood. The two lead characters are Rick Dalton, former star of a Western TV series, and his longtime stunt double, Cliff Booth. Both are struggling to make it in a Hollywood they don't recognize anymore. But Rick has a very famous next-door neighbor, Sharon Tate. Currently, this film is not rated because we don't know what the deal is, and we're just watching stills, or you are.
Yes, I'm pulling out the best of stills from this clip, which is working out quite nicely. We're not getting any copyright notices from the studios that gave us the clip to use in the first place, but then they decide they want to make 3 cents from the clip. So I pull out the stills.
And who would get charged those 3 cents? Would that be us?
We won't get charged, but they would make...
would they make it unavailable? Would they be able to
sometimes
disable
they would do
ours?
that.
Okay.
The foreign studios, for some reason.
Well, this has some good stars in it.
Can we use Sharon Tate as a character, even though she met a grisly end in this? Assuming this isn't a factual story here.
It doesn't say anything about being, a true story. Maybe it's inspired by certain events and
I guess
characters.
we could use her in there, right?
Yeah, why not?
Do they have to get rights clearance?
From who? Roman rapist Polanski?
From YouTube? Or...
Look at the list of stars.
Oh, no. Luke Perry, Dave.
Well.
His final performance.
Yeah. We all got to go sometime, Ed.
That's too bad. That brought me down. I forgot. I thought Luke was still with us. Why I saw this.
You know, I may have mentioned this on the when he did pass away. And you know, there have been some huge, big name Hollywood stars throughout the years, and not too long ago, who have died. He had a huge billboard on one of the major highways. I was driving home from work, and there's this huge billboard, Luke Perry and his years, and this big mug. Really? Was he that big a star? I mean, he was a star. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying, I'm not saying he was undeserving, but you would think. I mean, of all these big huge Hollywood stars, someone else would get a billboard. But I guess he was just a beloved person.
You just reminded me. I think we're down 2 weeks before I think we're going to see Huge back in the area.
Well, when is this Huge-a-thon? I thought that already, doesn't it usually do that earlier in the year, or is that August?
I think they did have a Huge-a-thon. This is an annoying car salesman, in quotes, who...
Shyster in not quotes.
I was going to say that, but pretty much. He disappeared last year, and then he comes back on occasion. He's usually up here when the track is on, though, Saratoga track. That's when he shows up again. But feel free to disappear again. And then you get Tom Park there, which luckily they keep him way back in the distance because one of those Saratoga appearances, he was way too close to the camera. It was
HD, not his friend?
No, not a friend.
And the bad hair color he probably uses.
Skin was shot in the Hudson Valley area, apparently. Jamie Bell, Danielle MacDonald, and Daniel Henshaw, a white supremacist, reforms his life after falling in love but saying goodbye to his skinhead life. Isn't a clean process. He must betray his former gang and work alongside the FBI in order to remove the body ink that has represented his identity for so long, as well as the burden of the gang's crimes he has carried. Rated R for disturbing, violent content, pervasive language, some sexuality, and brief drug use.
Well, I was going to say, prior to your synopsis of the film, that it would seem difficult for him to overcome his past with the massive facial tattoos he's got. But yes, they would have to be removed because it's a telltale sign.
Did you see anything pop up where it said based on a true story?
Yes.
I'm thinking, I saw that.
So, I got nothing on this one, Ed.
Nothing.
No, nothing. Could be interesting.
I'm going to say it makes less than the $6 million.
Oh, it probably will, but my guess would be based on its budget, it would still be profitable. I would say that this is not a, multi-million dollar, tens of millions of dollars in budget. I would say this could probably be a $5 million budget or less.
They didn't give you the budget on Dead Don't Die. They keep that hidden.
Yeah, well, Bill Murray was in it, so there's your $10 million right there for some reason.
They're probably working for low because they love that quirky director, but even so, I saw that they spent $3 million in advertising on that. So
that would seem excessive.
There was a lot of ads for that thing. I don't know why though. Maybe they thought it would be a surprise hit with all the stars in it, but that's not always a draw. Let's see, where are we? Halfway through.
Yes.
Even though we're only doing 2 films now. I thought of something.
Next year we'll do 1 film, and then the year after that, we're just going to Make fun of Billy Fusillo and Channel 10 and Price Chopper.
I still want to have us both get on, if we can get you on,
On what?
the Channel 10 live
Okay.
from the track,
I don't know how to do this stuff.
where you can comment in live comments, and then
I'm very technologically challenged.
and I haven't been kicked off yet, but it's getting dangerously close, I think, for my comments on channel. Nothing really bad. It's just if you think this production looks cheesy, this is like only one notch below what they're doing at the live Channel 10.
And my smile is not crooked. I'll leave that up to you folks to determine of whom I speak.
Yeah, I'll have to look. I haven't noticed that. I just noticed a lot. I don't know if they provide the wardrobe for the anchors, but
Probably not. I think they
They
do
do.
their own. Yeah.
probably because it seems like some of them bought 5 of the same type of dress, maybe in different colors.
Well, there is this. I think. Do I give her name? I guess I will. Who's Channel 10? Her name is Samantha Damasio, I believe.
Okay.
Who will do the morning weekends, and again, they always go for the beautiful women. That you got to bring in the dirty old men. But anyway, very attractive. But she's wearing a very, summery, I would call it, bright floral print dress, which I don't think, a wardrobe department would say, let's go with a loud floral bright colored dress. They'd probably be a little more muted. So that's what would make me think that they would do their own wardrobe. I'm not saying it was horrible. I'm just saying it's just not something you would think a wardrobe department would select.
I know they tell the guys to wear the jackets out in the 90-degree heat. That they do. All right, let's see what's coming out on Blu-ray, whatever you're watching on these days.
Oh, this was the new Hellboy. Didn't it do bad?
It did very bad. This is the guy who's in Stranger Things, was Hellboy.
Which I have still yet to see.
Haven't seen that. They sent me like 2 months ago, do I want to rejoin Netflix? And I saved that email for when the new season of Stranger Things comes on, for I get my free month, and then I'll drop it again.
Oh, you cheap bastard, you. Oh, this is a Spike Lee joint. Wasn't this one of his first?
Early one, yeah. But I put this on mainly because it was 1989. That requires some math now.
Okay.
Is that 30
30
years?
years, Ed.
Okay.
Doesn't require a lot of math, but okay. 30 years.
Is 30 now.
Yes.
Okay. Want to relive? I never saw Do the Right Thing.
I haven't either.
I'd like to see that. It got a lot of accolades at the time.
Ooh. Many films I've never heard of.
Now, I remember they had the Lugosi Karloff collection
Yes.
a while ago, and they had it changed from the new painting for rights issues, and then they made it more like this, I guess, to put it in, maybe try to sell these films, which no one's heard of. I don't think I've heard of
In the Zoo.
one of these.
A Strange Case of what? Dr.
RX, I think.
Oh.
I've heard of Dr. X.
What is he? Misusing prescription medication? No, I haven't heard of any of them, but my guess would be at somewhere, and I can't read any of them, but somewhere along the lines, John Carradine is probably in one of these.
Mm-hmm. Lionel Atwill, I think I see him.
Lionel
in the Mad
Atwill is
Doctor.
the mummy guy.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying even that Lugosi Karloff collection didn't have some real good gems in it, so I think we can pass on this one.
I already did.
They're on Blu-ray, though, if you'd like to see
No,
these.
I don't have a Blu-ray player. Oh, maybe I do. I don't know. Bloody Terror. Oh, what is going on there? I mean, she's either in ecstasy or getting killed. Which one is it?
I say she looks like a witch who's going to attack at any moment, or maybe she's being burned at the stake.
Oh.
Whatever's going on, I've never heard of any of these films.
What's
I think
Inseminoid?
that sounds like one of those alien ones come down and mate with the American women.
That
I
does
think
sound
that's
like
what that one is.
Prey.
Bloody New Year. That sounds familiar, but I don't know. This is a box set of, if you enjoy these, probably 80s horror films here.
Yeah. Oh, this was the, well, not particularly recent, but it is the remake, right? Of a film with, is it, no, is that, I'm thinking Cape Fear. Never mind.
This is similar to Cape
Yeah.
Fear, actually. It's Melanie Griffith and the husband rent a room or a house, and there's, I think he's a guest in it, and he won't leave, and he terrifies the couple. And I remember it being pretty good, maybe early 90s.
Oh, I used to love those books with the hidden items.
I was trying to remember. That's the one thing I liked about this. They would hide little objects in a drawing.
You know what?
In a drawing.
Drawing.
Like Simon there from SNL. But I think there were other things in it. But
Who remembers that? I just remember sitting, waiting at the dentist office, flipping through the highlight. And you know what? If they had the books out there now, and I was waiting, at my age, I would still go to that and see if I could find the items.
Yeah, I do remember. I don't know if I ever got a subscription or if that was possible, but I do remember the dentist office always had these in there.
Is this thing still available? Do they still make these?
This is a video version.
Well, I know that's a video, but do they still do the book? Is it still published?
Don't know.
Well, you look at this. I'll look it up.
Highlights for children.
All right.
I remember being older than the children and enjoying looking for the.
I would do it now.
I would do it now too, except I probably wouldn't touch a magazine in the dentist office now.
Well, that goes without saying.
Let's see. Alita Battle Angel, which I saw trailers for all last summer, and it came out in the spring and bombed pretty much. And it looked interesting, and apparently it's a video game or something, and this is a 3D version. I don't know who has a 3D TV anymore or a player, but there's Alita.
You can subscribe to highlights, Ed.
Oh, I want to get it. Do they still do
From ages 6 to 12,
Yeah.
and a 1 year, 12 issues, only $40.
$40. Yeah, those subscriptions are pricey these days.
Huh. All right.
I'm just trying to see if my hand is in the frame when I do this. I think I have to pull the camera
Why?
back.
What do you have to do? You're going to do something with your hand?
No, but you don't want your hands to fall off the frame. As a professional organization there.
That important?
We don't want people watching the live version of the show making fun of us for our hands being off the screen.
Well, I don't think it's that important to you folks. Do you, really? Let Ed carry the show while I continue.
Yeah, you're still going on, and we have a few minutes. Let me see if there's anything I can discuss that you can comment on.
Well, can you tell me when highlights for children, often referred to as simply as highlights, began?
I'm going to say it looks like 60s, but it probably goes back into the 50s.
First issue, June 1946.
Wow.
Still going.
Some of the artwork, whenever we saw it in the early 70s, looked like 47, but that's keep the timeless appeal, I think.
In the age of digital, highlights is still being published.
That's nice to hear. What did I hear? Mad Magazine is going out of production. That's sad to hear.
But aren't they still doing digital content?
I don't know.
Or
if
is it just back issues are available digitally and also via
Yeah, maybe
request?
they're doing digital, but they're doing reprints for a couple months, and then that's it.
I'll look it up.
Well, that's what it is. Well, I don't know about the online stuff. I'm sure there's a Mad website where they'll keep stuff up.
All right, you know what? I won't look it up because, quite frankly, I don't really care.
That's something we'll look into maybe as the last issue comes out. That's kind of sad.
Never read Mad Magazine.
You didn't?
Never.
With the Planet of the Apes cover, I think that was the first one I got. Where they did all the Apes movies. They would spoof them and...
No. Sorry, Ed. Never did.
Well, what did you read when you were young? Some comics we found out,
I
right?
did read, I read comics. I don't know what else I read.
We're gonna go over our childhood on some show, and
I can't remember what I had for dinner yesterday.
that'll be fun. What we watched, and Dave will try and remember these
What we
things.
watched? Oh, geez, 60s, Monkeys, Lancelot Link, Secret Chimp.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I'm still into the old. I was watching the old shows like Dick Van Dyke Show and Andy Griffith and I Dream of Jeannie. Not so much Bewitched.
No, I never watched Bewitched.
Every
all that
once in a
much, but
while.
we
Gilligan's Island.
Yeah, that I always watch.
That kind of stuff. Anyway, is it game time? Do we have time for
It
games?
is game time. Yes.
Okay, I'm a little out of sync here, but it's game time. I'll see if I can remember what we do here. It's a game. Which camera am I looking at? The Dave camera or the game camera? How about if I do game camera?
Do the game camera since you're talking about the game.
Yeah,
this
it's
time.
a poster pairs game where you've sent in 2 numbers from 1 to 6 via email because no one really, well, we don't have an address, so you can't send it to us.
No, not
Paper.
anymore.
All email. From 1 to 6, we select your entry, reveal what's behind there. If they match, you win 2 free movie tickets. And Ed's hand is still in the frame. And if you spin the wheel, you have a chance to win up to 10 tickets.
I was doing that while the camera wasn't on me, but
Right.
you have provided the
I provided commentary.
on what was going on.
There you go.
All right. Shake him up.
Mine is still in there. Sort of. I don't know. It's almost like
think
an
we're-
exercise, isn't it?
I
For
think
the
we're
elderly.
a little tighter than usual.
That's all right. People
did-
like to see us up
I
close.
did
We're
cut it-
aging well.
Yeah, speaking of Facebook, that is true. When you see some people we know, when I send you the picture, you don't know who they were, even though you were very familiar with them.
Extremely familiar. I believe we dated for a while. Ah, her again, Pamela Barra Harder, 2 and 4. Didn't you recently have an issue with address? Made sure that was verified,
yes.
and it was verified.
It was verified.
All right. So she has selected 2 and 4, but she does not want to spin the wheel if she wins.
Okay, this was that time period during the show when we did away with the wheel spin, right? I think because
Could
we
be.
were cutting over to this show, but because we were provided with tickets, we added the wheel back in.
All right. So 2 and 4.
But she's not spinning because this was from that time period.
Okay. 2 and 4.
Let everybody know what's going. 4.
What was that?
I don't know.
That was very
That's-
forceful.
Yeah, I'm just looking. That's a nice 4 there.
Is it? Did I miss something? Okay.
Oh!
All right. Let's see what else was behind there.
6 has been fixed. You can turn that
If
properly
I
now.
can reach them, I can barely reach 3.
Can that come in closer? Seems
I
like
don't know.
we'll work on that for the next one.
There you go.
There we go.
Oh, it's the old not up and down ploy. Only the second one. So it was not a match. Sorry, family, you didn't match. But if you folks want to play this game, send in an email to us with 2 numbers from 1 to 6. You can include 1 and 6, not just the ones in between there. Send it to mediazone95@gmail.com. That's mediazone95@gmail.com. Again, send 2 numbers from 1 to 6. We select your entry. And if the numbers, the posters behind the number, I'm not flipping you off, I'm sorry. If the numbers match, you win 2 free movie passes. And if you spin the wheel, you can win up to 6. And that ain't cheap.
No. No. $16, I think, for the RPX.
Whoa!
For a matinee.
Oh,
And people were complaining on some post somebody put up that it's too much.
I got to save for a month to go to a movie
I know.
by myself. I can't afford to bring a date. $32, and that's before the $20 popcorn. Can't do it. Won't do it.
Yeah, you have to. I think Monday is half-price popcorn day. You got to look for these types of things.
Monday is also $5 personal pizza at Uno.
I didn't know that.
Well, I just told you.
How did you discover that?
I had a Monday off and went somewhere. Oh, brought my daughter to her. You only get 10 seconds, so I'll tell you another time. But that's how I
okay.
just did it.
All right, we'll see you next time with some more fantastic summer films. Hobbs and Shaw.
Hobbs and